From the Virgil, a production of the A&A Media Group and Consider It Done Productions. Award-winning, aging, and awesome. Here are your hosts, Kai Sisson and Aaron Breen.
Hello and welcome to The Virgil in Midtown Reno and to Aging and Awesome, the show that aims to inform, enlighten, and inspire older people to be active, healthy, and young at heart.
You know, boss, we keep finding new ways to do that, don't we?
We sure do. Like tonight's lineup, we head up to Donner Lake where George discusses how healthcare is self-care with a local expert. And while we're there, the Trust Masters have a word on how a trust is a gift to your family. Tara and her dog Tika have some trust tips from Truckee. And of course, we'll try out some new trivia in my cab.
But first, let me throw this trivia at you. Do you know what the Risky Biscuit Hayseed Hoot is?
I'll have to admit, I do not know, Breen. What is it?
It is a regional radio show. It's all about bluegrass cowboys and folklore. And you know what? The man behind it lived so close we had to go up and meet him. His name is Dondo Daru. And he has been collecting Americana music and sharing it with fans all across the West for more than 30 years.
Howdy, this is Wiley of Wiley in the Wild West, here to remind you that while the Risky Biscuit Hayseed Hoot is a mood-altering
This is Dondo Daru, the face of the voice of the Risky Biscuit Hayseed Hoot.
Common side effects include, but are not limited to, uncontrolled head bobbing, toe tapping, finger snapping, selective hearing impairment, yodeling, and persistent melody flashbacks. Ask your doctor if the hoot is right for you.
For more than 30 years, Dondo has been behind a mic every week with a unique offering of what he describes as free-range Americana.
But a lot of times that doesn't register. So I tell them it's bluegrass and folk and cowboy music and kind of old-time country, a lot of farm animal noises and subliminal messages, all kind of mixed in together.
He works from a private collection of 6,000 CDs that offer songs spanning the gamut of topics he takes on.
How do you even know what's on all these? Like when you sit down and say, I think I'll do a whole thing on beer. How do you know where all the beer songs are?
Now it's online, at least in my computer. But I used to have notebooks full of beer songs. And when I came across one, I would write it down, or dog songs, or boat songs, or whatever it is, and try to keep track of it.
So some of it is definitely memory, and the rest is just fun.
So there's a lot of sitting around listening, but I don't mind that. I actually love this music. I love doing this show, and I still do. It's been 32 years, and I sit in here every week and put it together, and it's still fun for me.
You can find Hoot Radio online and on 10 stations around the West, but it's still more of a beloved hobby for him than a full-time job.
Oh yeah, I've always had 2, sometimes 3 jobs.
And mostly in radio, though, right?
Mostly in radio, working for other radio stations. I keep trying to think about how I can make this a full-time living after 32 years. And the royalties are the biggest hurdle to that, just because it's so expensive.
The stations that carry his show pay royalties that cover the shows there, but he has to pay for what goes on his website. It's the price of following his passion.
The thing I really love about this medium is the ability to tell stories and connect, and I like the whole theater of the mind thing, whether you're taking somebody on a journey musically, where you're telling a story, and I like being present with it. hootradio.net.
For the first 8 years, this show was live. Since then, it's been pre-recorded live to tape.
I try to establish kind of a feel and a flow And most of the time it works. But every once in a while there's a train wreck. I've done it long enough now I can spot them coming. But I try to really tell a story throughout the show, especially if it's a theme show. And I like telling stories, whether it's sitting around a campfire or sitting behind a microphone. I just try to talk to one person while I'm doing this. I don't think of it as, I don't know how many people listen, at one time, but I don't think of it that way. I think of it as I'm doing a show for friends in my living room. Howdy, boys and berries. It's time to gather round for the Risky Biscuit Hayseed Hoot. I've done it from Reno. I've done it from Chester, California. I've done it from Montana. Reno again. Now I'm doing it here in Truckee, and we're moving to Quincy. So the location changes, but hopefully the feel doesn't change.
So, Breen, how do you listen in?
I am glad you asked me that.
Here in Northern Nevada, you can hear the Hoot at 6 p.m. Saturday nights on KUNR. And you can find the Risky Biscuit Hayseed Hoot on hootradio.net. We've got a link all set up for you on our website at agingandawesome.com.
That's great, Breen. Thank you so much. Now don't go away. So much more to come. We'll hear from Tara and her dog, Tika. They are the trust masters on giving a gift of a trust to your family, why that is so important. And our friend Kayla sits down with George for a discussion on how healthcare is self-care. Plus, we'll take a trivia-driven trek in my cab. But first, we reconvene with Aaron Breen in just 90 seconds.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tammy from the TMJ and Sleep Therapy Center of Reno. There are so many issues you might be experiencing, from jaw pain and headaches to snoring, sleepiness, and difficulty concentrating. We are the only TMJ specialists in Northern Nevada providing comprehensive TMJ and sleep apnea treatment. We're proud to offer same-day imaging to get you on a path toward relief from your symptoms. Our non-surgical TMJ treatments will help you breathe, sleep, heal, and most importantly, live better. Call to make your appointment today.
I thought there was nothing people could do about scams until I found Better Business Bureau's Scam Tracker website. There, I learned about scams in my area.
I lost a lot of money.
And I shared my story too. I was offered an online work from home job. I spent all this money on course training materials, but there was no job. So be careful.
Thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. Better Business Bureau. Start with trust.
Eden Home Health is Northern Nevada's highest-rated home health for quality of patient care. You have a choice. Ask your doctor for the best in-home health care, Eden Home Health. And Eden Hospice. The personalized care team at Eden Hospice is dedicated to focusing on your loved one's quality of life during a difficult time. Eden Hospice's mission is to ensure dignity for every patient. Find out how Eden Hospice can help your family by calling 841-6123.
Living at Lakeside Manor, an independent senior living community in the heart of Reno, means pleasure for the residents and peace of mind for their families. Rooms are available now, starting at $17.50 a month. Take a tour of Lakeside Manor today.
Hello there. Have you ever thought about this? You can't fight progress. I mean, it does absolutely no good to wish that things were like they used to be, because you know what? They aren't. And while we all need to value our memories, we got to realize we can't go back. You've got to keep moving forward. And after having had to do this a few times myself, I can now say that learning to reinvent yourself is a bit of a superpower for your own self-confidence and for your own future. I mean, I remember when it was hard to give up an IBM daisy wheel typewriter for a computer. Now just think of all the new lingo and the technology that we've had since the 80s. Remember that dial-up tone? I still love a manual typewriter as much as the next old journalist. But you can't beat the efficiency of computers, email, teleprompters, and Google. And man, I gotta tell you, I love me some cut and paste. What a time saver that is. You know, if you try to avoid progress, you really just limit your own options. Now, I can hate the path that news has taken, but I can't stop it. Instead of whining about how things used to be, you know, facts instead of opinions, information, not entertainment, 2 or 3 newscasts a day instead of 7 that just repeat the same headlines, instead I just got out. And I learned a whole new business: audio instead of video, working for myself instead of for a station, writing what I want to write about instead of what someone else expects me to write about. I don't ever expect to be a millionaire doing this, but I am far less stressed doing what I really enjoy all day and learning to do as much of it as I can by myself. Now, this old broad has figured out Facebook, audio editing, traveling alone, finding freelance projects that actually do pay. I haven't ventured into TikTok or even Instagram, but you know what? I will when I absolutely have to. Heck, I even RSVP'd to a wedding with a QR code this week. Truth be told, I would rather be back in what I consider the golden age of local TV, with 2 shows a day, facts instead of opinions, and a bit more focus on important information than, let's say, looks. But that time is gone. So I'll fondly relive it in my head and keep moving forward. For Aging and Awesome, I'm Erin Breen.
Reconvene with Erin Breen is presented by the Medicare Store. The Medicare Store offers free, unbiased personal Medicare advice. Visit theMedicareStore.com to find a location near you.
Life is story. Pages of amazing adventure and narrow escapes. Bold steps taken, races run, chapters on love and hard lessons and new beginnings. Your life, your legacy, our privilege to serve. Morningstar Senior Living.
For homeowners insurance and property taxes, there's a reverse mortgage. To replace that aging car or take that long anticipated vacation, there's a reverse mortgage. For peace of mind, that's priceless, but a reverse mortgage can help. I'm Tom McDonald, a reverse mortgage expert with Mutual of Omaha here in Reno. Call me at 878-8887 today to learn if a reverse mortgage can provide all this for you.
Aging and Awesome is proudly presented by Reno Regenerative Medicine. Do you experience joint stiffness, tingling, burning, numbness, back or neck pain? Have you been told drugs and surgery are your only options? Reno Regenerative Medicine empowers patients to heal naturally, avoid unnecessary drugs and surgeries, and get to the root cause of your pain. Reno Regenerative Medicine, located in South Reno and in Sparks, is ready to evaluate and help alleviate your pain so you can get back to doing what you love. Call family-owned Reno Regenerative Medicine at 775-218-9236.
Erin Breen here. If you have Medicare, you already know that good health care starts with choosing the right Medicare plan. That's why I'm here at the Medicare Store, where they offer free, unbiased, personal Medicare advice. So come by or visit themedicarestore.com.
Hablamos español.
Flowers are fighters. That's why the Alzheimer's Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is full of them. Because flowers find a way to break through. Just like we will. Join the fight at alz.org/walk.
Welcome back to Aging and Awesome. Here we are at the beautiful Donner Lake on a beautiful day. I'm here today with Kayla, who's been on past shows, and we're going to talk about healthcare being self-care. So what's that all about?
A lot of times we feel like our healthcare is outside of us, that we don't have control. Many times you might get a diagnosis or something might be feeling off, and you can't get into your doctor right away. And there's this period of time where you start to get nervous. And all of that power for your healthcare feels outside of yourself. When every single day our decisions and our choices from moment to moment truly impact our health and well-being.
What you're saying is take charge of your own healthcare and live every day for the most you can get out of that day. Because that is a big medical issue, is when we're diagnosed with something, that time lapse of when we get a final answer. Okay, 6 weeks, we're gonna do a test on you, it's gonna be 6 more weeks before we get answers. In that meantime, that goes into depression.
It does, and there's a lot of uncertainty that can lead to not doing anything. But every single decision you make, from what you put into your body, how you treat yourself, if you're getting enough sleep every day, all of those pieces make a huge impact on your health. Your body is designed to heal. If you get a scratch on your arm, it heals, and that's a miracle and absolutely incredible. But we take that for granted a lot of times and don't understand that that happens on all aspects. So if we make the terrain and really create a sustainable place for our body and allow it space, all of that is within us. We can actually heal if we create the right environment, which means eating well, paying attention to your mental space as much as your physical space, and getting outside in nature. It's one of the biggest healers, whether it's a walk, a swim in the beautiful lake, or just sitting by and putting your feet in the water. That is something that you can do for your health.
So people who don't have access to this beautiful Donner Lake, even sitting in your backyard on a cool evening and just kind of go almost into meditation, I guess. And you know me, I'm not a big meditation person. You keep getting me on that. But there's times when it's just nice to sit and just let yourself relax. And that's part of a good, healthy, all-around body, isn't it?
It is. It's taking back control of your health, that everything that you do is part of empowering yourself to know that you have control and it's not outside.
So if you surround yourself with positive feed, that's what we want to do. And there's enough negative feed in our lives that we try to avoid it when we can. I mean, it's still there, but we try to overwhelm that with positive feed.
I always say that read something inspirational every single day. Have an inspirational conversation, because that's what's going to inspire you to keep your health going.
Well, thank you, Kayla. As always, that was phenomenal. And I promise I'll try to meditate more.
Meditation's just being present. So swimming, anything.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Kayla, thank you so much. Remember, healthcare is self-care.
Closed captioning for Aging and Awesome is brought to you by...
At Reno Eye Institute, you'll get the attention you deserve from a doctor who cares.
I came in to see Dr. Freeman at Reno Eye Institute because I was able to get in and see him right away, and that was very important to me. From the moment I met Dr. Freeman, I felt that he really cared about me. He cared about my eyes and cared about me as a person.
At Reno Eye Institute, our focus is you.
Now accepting new patients. Call Reno Eye Institute today at 451-7268.
Welcome to Trust Tips with Tara and Tika. We're here at beautiful Donner Lake. Hi, my name's Tara, owner and founder of Trust Masters. We are a licensed, bonded legal document preparation company here in Nevada and elsewhere. We are not attorneys. When it comes to giving gifts, we all attempt to find the perfect gift for anniversaries, Christmas, Hanukkah, Valentine's Day. It feels great to give. But how long do these things keep giving? Maybe a few days, a month or two, maybe a year. How about giving a gift to your family that lasts for a lifetime and keeps giving for generations? Trust Masters has helped hundreds of families like yours prepare a special gift called a living trust. Only about 1/3 of families have a living trust, but most need one, and they do not know that it's so important, or they think it's too expensive. Many people just have a will or a power of attorney. They think they're all set. But then it's too late when family members pass away and the beneficiaries learn that home and assets are locked in probate court for years, costing them thousands of dollars. The gift of a living trust avoids probate, dispels family disputes, protects privacy, and safeguards your assets legally. Visit our website at trustmasters.com to set up a free consultation, or sign up for one of our educational workshops, or simply give us a call. Our gift to you is that we are here to help. We prepare your trust efficiently and professionally. Here's a sample of our trust. The only thing that's missing from this gift is a bow. I'll give it to my girl. We are the Trust Masters, living trust. Don't leave Earth without one.
For 25 years, Northern Nevada Hopes has been providing medical, behavioral health, and wraparound services for people in need.
Hopes has always been about serving a community that didn't always get served and providing the services that they needed to be successful. It's right there, and so they can do all their things in one spot.
Celebrating 25 years. Northern Nevada hopes, still growing, still serving, and looking forward to the next 25 years.
If you're 64 or 65 and newly eligible for Medicare, you only have a few months to enroll, or you may incur a late enrollment penalty. By understanding Medicare now, you'll have time to get a full picture of the choices that are right for you. Join experts from Senior Care Plus for a free ABCs of Medicare seminar to learn about Medicare and the options available to you. Sign up at seniorcareplus.com or call 775-982-3158 today.
Aging and Awesome is proudly presented by Sage Financial Advisors. Working to broaden your possibilities in retirement, Sage Financial Advisors wants you to discover the freedom that comes from working with their local and trusted team. They'll help you and your family navigate all aspects of your financial life. They're ready to help review your financial plan for retirement and offer options that empower you to make the best decisions for your financial future. So give them a call. Sage Financial Advisors. Secure your future wisely. Erin Breen here. If you have Medicare, you already know that good health care starts with choosing the right Medicare plan. That's why I'm here at the Medicare store, where they offer free, unbiased, personal Medicare advice. So come by or visit themedicarestore.com.
Hablamos español. Aging and Awesome is presented by the Trust Masters. If you own a home, you need a trust. It's what protects your assets after you're gone. Without a trust, those assets can be subjected to probate and take years to settle and cost you tens of thousands of dollars. The Trust Masters are here to help. They are not a legal firm, but a licensed and bonded legal documents preparation company, which means they are your affordable solution. Log on to trustmasters.com and register for a free workshop today. Living trusts. Don't leave Earth without one.
Oh my goodness gracious. Hey everybody, welcome back to Aging and Awesome. You've watched the whole show all the way till Kai's Cap, and I'm glad you did, because we have a familiar face, a contestant, a former feature of the show, Ruby Russell. Ruby, welcome.
Thank you. It's so good to be here.
Well, Ruby, we got a couple questions for you, so I don't know if we'll be friends after this.
Shoot, let us have it.
I hope so. No, you're going to do great, Ruby. Get 3 out of 4 questions right today, and you're the winner of a fantastic prize, some chocolate. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Question number 1.
Brazil is the biggest producer of what? A. Rice. B. Oil. Or C. Coffee.
Coffee.
Brazilian coffee is correct.
Yes.
Ruby, good one. You knew that one. That was easy. But you're going to win this next question, okay? You're going to get it right.
Okay.
Question number 2 for Ruby.
Which is the easiest way to tell the age of many trees? Is it A, to measure the width of the tree, B, to count the rings on the trunk, C, to count the number of leaves, or D, to measure the height of the trees?
The rings on the trunk.
To count the rings on the trunk. Yes, that's right. Yes. Correct, Ruby. See, look how easy this is. We can still be friends afterwards.
Awesome.
Oh, we're going to be friends no matter what. You're the sweetest. Okay, question number 3. Third and final, get it right. Here we go. Which did Viking people use as money? A, runestones. B, jewelry. C, seal skins. Or D, wool.
Jewelry.
Jewelry. Ruby is correct. Oh, your name is Ruby. A jewel, right?
Yes, I am a jewel.
That's why I asked you that question. You got it right. Congratulations, Ruby. We're back here at the Virgil, but I always like to ask everybody, you have 15 seconds to say anything to the world. What would it be?
Aging and Awesome really is awesome. The word needs to be spread because what you guys are doing is so informative. You're really helping people. I want to help you spread the word.
Oh, that really, really means a lot. Wasn't that sweet? Thank you so much. You get chocolate and a big hug when we get out of this car.
I've learned so much from you guys since I've started watching the show, so it's good.
Thank you so much for saying that. That's our hope. That's why we do this. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people, but it means something to someone, so it's worth it, right?
I'm trying to spread your word.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Ruby. Let's get her some chocolate.
Kai's Cab is presented by Senior Care Plus, the only Nevada-based not-for-profit Medicare Advantage plan serving Washoe County and Carson City. Senior Care Plus, for the healthiest reasons.
Coming up next week, look at the role that businesses play in supporting the community as a whole. When businesses give back to charities, everybody wins. And when it comes to fundraisers, businesses backing local charities really do make a huge difference. That's next week on Aging and Awesome at 7 o'clock on CBS in Northern Nevada.
This week, something to celebrate is, ta-da, our very own George Crozet. A big congratulations to George. He completed a sprint triathlon at Lake Tahoe's Sand Harbor. Now, for those of you who don't know, that's a 32.5-mile bike ride, 750-meter swim, and a 5K run. George, you inspire us. Great work, and keep being aging and awesome.
And if you have something to celebrate, we want to hear from you. So just reach out to us and tell us all about your personal goals or hobbies you've taken up, anything like that. Maybe you've finished a long-time project. Just tell us about it so we can feature you here on the show. Send the details to agingandawesome.com.
That's right. Well, we're out of time, but we do want to thank the Virgil, Mr. Colin Ross, our live studio audience, and of course, our community stakeholders. Thank you to
Trustmasters,
the Medicare Store,
the Better Business Bureau,
Eden Hospice and Eden Home Health,
Tom McDonald, Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgages,
Morningstar Senior Living of Sparks,
Reno Regenerative Medicine,
Lakeside Manor,
Marsha Rambeau with Realty One Group Eminence, Reno Eye Institute,
the TMJ and Sleep Therapy Center of Reno,
Sage Financial Advisors,
and Senior Care Plus. And we'll see you right back here next week. Bye-bye.
Aging and Awesome is proudly presented by Sage Financial Advisors. Working to broaden your possibilities in retirement, Sage Financial Advisors wants you to discover the freedom that comes from working with their local and trusted team. They'll help you and your family navigate all aspects of your financial life. They're ready to help review your financial plan for retirement and offer options that empower you to make the best decisions for your financial future. So give them a call. Sage Financial Advisors. Secure your future wisely.
We're young,
but we're wise.
We're innovative,
but we're old school. Here's the deal. We're different. We're focused on you because you're focused on older people.
With PR and production services tailored for senior care and healthcare providers, the A&A Media Group believes older people are invaluable and irreplaceable.
From our award-winning weekly TV show, Aging and Awesome, to how we powerfully represent brands across the West. We are the A&A Media Group.
And we're changing the narrative on aging. Visit ANAmediagroup.com.
Living at Lakeside Manor, an independent senior living community in the heart of Reno, means pleasure for the residents and peace of mind for their families. Rooms are available now, starting at $17.50 a month. Take a tour of Lakeside Manor today.